we were at church, and I was there for like 7 months, and you were there for like 8 months. So we were just sitting in the lobby of the church, and I've never met him. The whole time that I've been in the church, I never ever bumped on him. It was just crazy. We were sitting down in the lobby and taking a coffee. I'm like, who's that guy? And he was talking to nobody, and it was just amazing to me. So I just went to him and I said, hey, hi, how are you doing? My name is Jeanne, and he's like, my name is Mark, and he stood up, and that's how everything started. We met in September 2016.
Yeah.
So from there on, it was just cool, just amazing, and we went to our first date. Well, it wasn't really a date. The first time you asked me.
I thought it was a date.
Okay, it was a date, but for me it wasn't at all, because I was not. I mean, I never ever imagined being married one day to American or white person. That was not something that I've never planned. So, and I wasn't ready just to go for a relationship. So, and he thought it was a date.
Yeah, we went downtown and we had dinner, and then we kind of walked around the park,
Yeah.
had tea.
He told me, do you want to go to the park one day? And I was like, go to the park. Okay, let's go to the park. It's not a culture thing for me. I don't go to the park, or I don't go hiking or whatever. I'd rather just sit home and just do something, or go visit somebody. And it was like, will you go to the park? And I thought it was amazing. And I said, oh yeah, sure, let's go. My memories that I really like about him, I was just saying, it's like on my birthday.
Took you to Mark in the park.
Yeah.
And then we rode around on the trolley.
We were really, we were just talking about marriage, not really, but just talking about it. So, and that day, Mark was so nervous. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, that day, it was just like, so, because the culture is really different, for me, first of all, you have to ask the family of the girl the permission to marry her. And when the dad say okay, then you have to go, not now the big family, the extended family are the one that has to say yes. And then we have a bride price. So that day was the day when Mark came and said, I think I'm ready to speak to your father. And I was like, oh my God, really? And he was like, yes, I am.
Engagement process is a little bit different between her culture and my culture, so we kind of did a little bit of both. We decided to do like an American proposal too. I took her to Reunion Tower.
Yeah.
Took her up on the observation deck and got down on one knee. Asked her to marry me.
That was cool. Yeah. You're gonna make me cry. But
there was one point where we were married in Africa, but we weren't even engaged in the United States.
Yeah.
So you actually have a representative, like an older person that's respected, and he goes to the father on your behalf, and then I think the father goes to the extended family and kind of presents the marriage to them and gets their permission.
It's not a must. But it's the culture. That's how it's supposed to work.
We wanted to respect.
Yes, we wanted to respect that.
But both of our families were really good. There were no objections. There was no nothing like that.
Didn't really face any judgment or anything like, he's white, you are from Africa, you shouldn't get married. Nobody was. Maybe some people were thinking, but nobody really came up to us or just say, no.
Yeah, we've actually had the opposite reaction, kind of. We had a lot of people have encouraged us, which is, I think that's like a testimony to our church and to our community, that they've been so encouraging. Our families too. I'd say one of the challenges we faced is just the cultural differences. I've enjoyed getting to know your culture though. It's really nice.
We are more like, whatever you have is not for you alone, it's for everybody else.
Sense of community is a lot stronger in your culture.
Yes, the sense of community.
And there's little rituals that are different, like social rituals.
Yes.
Hospitality is extremely important.
And one thing that I really liked, he did not try to change who I am. It's like, okay, this is how you are. I understand. Let's do this. And I wasn't like, you need to talk every day. You need to, I try just to love him the way he is, and he also tried. I was brought up differently. My family didn't raise me the same way that his family raised him. It's just completely different. So once we come back together, because of the name of love, because we love each other and God has put us together, we got to a point where we just try to, accept who he is. He does things differently, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I love him the way he is. So that's
kind of working with your differences rather than like fighting and like trying to change the person, just working with their differences, going with it, embracing the new experiences, embracing your differences, and keep God at the center. And there's a Bible verse that says, "You're not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." If you do experience that hate, don't hate the other person, but try to love that person, love your enemy, rather than letting that hate get inside you and affect you.
And one thing also that helped us a lot is communication.
Yeah, that's big when you're coming from different cultures, because there can be misunderstandings, and you really have to, if you don't communicate that misunderstanding, it can turn into something bigger than it should be, which is just a small misunderstanding.
Yeah, so anytime there's something, we try as much as possible to talk about it. Because it can be something that my culture, they do it this way, and his culture, they don't do it that way. So we get to a point where I'm like, I want to do it the way I know, and he wants to do it the way he knows. So we just come all together in the table. Okay, let's talk about this. How can we resolve that? So communication is a really big key that we found out that helped us. Sure, we had problems. I mean, let's not say we have time where we just don't talk to each other in the same room, but eventually we will resolve that, and that's the thing that's cool.
Yeah.
And don't try to be somebody else, to pretend in front of other people. We are who we are. I love the power of love. You just put different people from different countries and different continents will come back together, and just in the name of love, they will be together. So that's pretty amazing. A wedding, at one point my father was like, "Calm down, okay?" But it was just amazing how, so the community from my country here is really, they kind of really together, and I remember at my wedding, gosh, it was amazing. They were all there. People, well, I will ask them, will you take care of this? Will you take care of that? Like, for example, the food. I didn't pay anything. No dime. I'm not kidding, for real. People were like, I'm going to cook this African food. I'm going to cook this. I'm going to cook this. This is how it worked for us. When there is a celebration or something, everybody that's around and is happy with you will be like, oh, sure, I'll do that for you. Don't worry about the money. I will be like, how much do I have to give you in order for you to cook this food? I'm like, oh, don't talk about money. Come on, it's your day, So that's one thing. I saw how people work together, and we received so much gift. I mean, it was just amazing. That day was crazy. So these two are the best. I mean, my favorite memories that I had, that I can talk. Of course, we have a lot, but yeah. So.
Yeah. I think my favorite memory was one of my favorite memories was our first date, and I remember I gave you my jacket. It was really cold outside, but I was trying not to act cold. And she could see that I was cold. I think I was shivering because we were outside.
Yeah.
But I refused to take that jacket back. But no, we just had a good time. We walked in the park and had some tea and talked. And
yeah.
To me, that was our first date.
Yeah. To him, and for me, no.